Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back. It's Martin Luther King Day. I'm supposed to be off of work, but I accidentally scheduled meetings today. Oh, where are my keys? Hold on. I think I remember these keys fell down here somewhere. Let's see. Started. That means the keys are in here somewhere. Oh. Found them right there. Found them. Turn this off. All right, guys. Today's just a conversation about some other photography related stuff. Just a conversation starter for you guys. Well, let me stop before I start driving and distract myself here. The cameras I shoot with the most are like my Canon AE1, any kind of point and shoot that I have at the time, and then this guy right here, this little, what is this? An old Rebel G. I bought it for 30 bucks at some local store. They got this cheap little nifty 50 lens on there, $100 lens, $100 lens. And I was thinking after I shot yesterday the Nikon Z6, I thought to myself, how much does price and delicacy of the equipment I have and all that stuff come into play and prevent me from carrying around the gear that I have and shooting more often and becoming a better photographer, right? Just learning the craft more and more and more. I mean, that's one of the big reasons why having a point and shoot is you want it in your pocket all the time. So here's my question for you guys. I'm gonna give you a couple of examples. And I might even do a test in this in the future because I can get my hands on one of these. A Canon 6D Mark II used right now. Find the body for, I don't know, 800 bucks, something like that. And this nifty 50 1.8 lens, $100 lens. $900 out the door, right? Or I have my Nikon Z6, which the body I think was $1,700, and then that lens was, the 50 was $600, the 24 is $1,000. All in all, I've got like 3,200 bucks or so tied up into the Nikon system right now. And I gotta ask myself, there are a ton of like benefits to the Nikon system, right? I mean, it's got IBIS, it's mirrorless, so you know what you see is what you get type thing. Focusing not through a mirror is more accurate. The new S lenses are way sharper than other older DSLR lenses, or just sharper in general. But I gotta ask two things. One, is the price of my equipment prevent me from bringing it with me all the time? In other words, these cameras like that Rebel G just sits in my car. I could care less if that thing breaks. Not to say I like would be upset a little bit, but like whatever. And I end up shooting with it more. It's interesting, right? Whereas my Nikon Z6 sits on the shelf probably 6 out of 7 days a week because I just don't want to bring it with me. I don't want to let it sit in the cold. I don't want to bring it somewhere and risk it dropping or falling off. All that kind of stuff. Okay, that's number one. So my first thing is, how much does the price of your equipment impact how much you shoot? Because, you know, for me, 3,200 bucks is fairly expensive. I don't want to break that or lose that. I don't have insurance on my gear, which I probably should get. The second thing is how much does it really make a difference? Now, like I said earlier, there's no doubt that these DSLRs, like you have to do sometimes micro adjustments, focusing more accurate. The new lenses are better. The new mounts are wider, so you can get, you know, the flange distance closes up. Eye autofocus, faster burst rates, all these things. But in reality, for a photography standpoint, does it really make a huge difference? One of the guys that watches this channel, he commented on my video yesterday. He says, "Oh, you should put your camera in autofocus, like high speed burst or whatever." And he was right, but I knew what I was trying to shoot, and it didn't really matter to me. And I'm thinking back to when I had my Canon 80D, it didn't really matter to me then. And so what I'm trying to say is, if I had a kit that was $900 total out the door versus one that's $3,200 and took some of those disadvantages, would I shoot with it more often? Would I let it sit in the car? Would I just bring it with me more often, or bring it on vacation and not worry about it? And ultimately become a better photographer because I would get more experience with it. I'm just curious in the comment section below. Start a conversation around it if you guys want. I'm really interested to hear your feedback and thoughts. Does the price of your gear relative to what's like pricey for you, relative to how much you make or how much you think you have to spend as like excess cash, as a hobbyist, not as a professional, how much is that playing a role of you not growing? And even for that matter, let's say in professional setting, would a 6D Mark II be that much worse than a Nikon Z6 or a Canon EOS R? Some of my best images I've shot were on a Micro Four Thirds camera. some of my best images I love because of the character they have were on a film camera, because I had it with me and because it's got this film grain and look to it. Some of my best images are from the cheapest, crappiest cameras that I own. And I keep thinking to myself, like, your acquisition system is real, and how much does it really matter, and how much is it actually hurting the experiences of photography and the growth as a photographer? So that's my narrative. That's my story for you guys today. If you thought this was a bunch of ramblings, you can just click off. That's fine. But if this is something interesting and intriguing, comment section below. I'd love to hear your feedback. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See ya. Oh, one other thing before I go. Would you rather take the difference between $3,200 and let's call it $1,200 after you buy a couple lenses for an older DSLR system? Put that $2,000 back in your bank account, let it grow, or go on vacation and actually take photos somewhere that's photo. How do you say that? Somewhere that's beautiful to photograph. It's $2,000. It's a lot. It's a big difference. Is it that big of a difference in image quality, really? To make you a better photographer? I know this is like the common, best camera's the one you have with you type thing. I don't know. Okay, that's it. Sorry. Now I'm really going. See you next time.